Superman 41, James Robinson writing, Ed Benes on art. This is, of course, the second part of a two-parter that was very similar to that Green Lantern story from not too long ago, where this planet is about to be destroyed, kind of like Krypton, and Superman's trying to save them, but the alien race like, no, we have our beliefs. We're going to go down with the planet. That's what we believe in. But he obviously met the scientist. It's like a planet of like seahorses, basically. is the best I can describe them. And this entire issue was basically this scientist. All the previous scientists were purged on the planet. He was the one who survived.
Including his wife.
Yeah,
Yep.
and he basically built a ship for his offspring that's in like a sort of containment thing, an embryo kind of stasis field. And
Very much like a birthing matrix from Burns Van Steel.
And all I could feel like was, this is basically, it's on the nose. It's like, okay, this is just exactly like Superman. You've got this scientist sending his kids away.
Yeah. And so the first part, I feel this is very indicative of Robinson lately, like both with Wonder Woman and here, is the first half is kind of clumsy and it's super clunky and you're like, okay, I get it. And then you get to the back section and it's Superman having discussions with the people on the planet and even the scientist as, you know, he's dying from his wounds. And I think that's what really clicks. You know, Superman saying that he's never going to lose hope, like, and because that's what drives him is like, yeah, you can be all dire and be resigned to your fate, but as long as there's a glimmer of something better, that's all that really matters. And I think that nails Superman's character, no matter what era you're rating him in.
No, I agree. I think it's still clunky throughout. It's right up until it shuts up and the planet explodes.
Yeah.
But which is gorgeous, by the way. The art for that couple of pages is just it's pretty solid throughout. But the actual planet explosion is just incredible.
And I like when Ed Benes draws Superman. I think he lends himself to the sci-fi. It's like, he catches flack for the cheesecake style stuff sometimes, but here where there's none of that, and it's Superman looking, imposing, and then like
very classic Superman, isn't it?
Yeah, and just all the little devices, like the stuff that Clark and John are wearing. It's all very subtle.
I kind of concur with the sentiment that once the planet blows up, it's really pretty. I like the conversation with John after that about how John feels guilty that he thought that was kind of pretty, even though it was like the death of a civilization. And he's like, oh yeah, sometimes I feel that too. You get kind of in awe of the natural, birth and death cycle. I mean. As sad as like suns exploding or planets exploding are, like, it's actually, if you see one, it's like, whoa, that was like spectacular. It's the biggest fireworks show imaginable.
You're just in awe of nature, and sometimes ugly stuff happens there, and you want to divert your eyes, but that's just the natural.
Yeah, you just gotta watch it.
I mean, the issue overall, like, I think it was okay. I think it is good for Superman's character and John's like teachings of him. Like, I like the overall sentiment. I think as an issue as a whole, though, in terms of just being really on the nose with its messaging, I thought it was just fine.
It would have been perfect for an annual, instead of 2 issues.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think it's as a two-parter. Obviously, last issue we were comparing it a lot to that very recent Green Lantern story. Mm-hmm. This issue differentiated itself from that because it went a completely different route in the end. But then it was just like, okay, it's just Superman again. Yeah. So it kind of just went from one thing to another.
Yeah. It started off as the Green Lanterns issue, and then it turned into just a retelling of the Superman Krypton story. So, it was fine though. Like I said, it was very pretty at the end. I don't regret reading it. I don't have any ill will towards it, but it's not something I'm going to probably find that memorable.
If Superman's going to teach a son a lesson, I'd rather have it be something like this than going to a museum and reading the plaques.
That's the second time he's made a dig at that two-parter.
Yeah. Matt's still bitter.
Yeah.
No, I am.
We all are, let's be honest.